There's something energetically that happens in the fall, and I don't know what it is, but it's the colors, and it's just this idea of this earthy feeling as you're driving, and it really impacts me in terms of what happens inside of me when all of a sudden you just see this magnificent tree that's beautiful red or beautiful yellow, and I just settle in. Again, I think falls is absolutely one of my favorite times. And it really is about going back to the basics in terms of unity and some of the core unity principles and spiritual practices that we do here. And for me, it ties into this fall theme because to me, fall was always about going back to school. Right. And I think about that in terms of my own spiritual journey and what it has looked like. And what I find myself doing often, especially because, well, I've been doing this for over 45 years, is that it's always really, really helpful for me to go back to the basics. And when I think about that, and I think to myself, when you look at all of these professional sports teams, and I think of baseball, what happens in the spring when the baseball starts? What do? Spring training. What do they do in spring training? They go back to the basics. So my question that I ask myself is, have you gone back to the basics, Mike? Because it's so interesting to me how quickly I can get away from the basics because I see the next shining object out there. And I think to myself, is this really, really, really what I want to be chasing and spending my time and attention to? Or maybe I could just go back to the basics, which to me, the basics are never forget who you are. Never forget that you're separate from God. Always remember that you've got spiritual tools inside of you that can help you in any situation at any time, no matter what's going on in your life. Remember that you're never alone, and remember that you're powerful, always. And when I start to do that, and I start to remember all of these tools and everything that Unity has provided for us, and it's not just Unity, these principles started thousands of years ago, I would argue. Things like, prayer. Things like, meditation. Things like, just being present in the moment and feeling what's going on inside of you. So it's a paying attention. It is becoming aware of where you're at in this moment and allowing spirit to flow through you and allowing it to have its expression, if you will. Because ultimately, remember this one thing. You are an expression of God, of the divine, of source. You are. You are made in its image and likeness. And as a result of it, you're pretty special. You've got holy blood that's running through you right now. That's who you really are. And yet, what's happened is, because of all of the things that we talk about here, is that we have forgotten that. And so we've been told that we're less than, we're told that we're separate than, we're told that we're sinners, we're told that we're all these things that make us believe that we are less than who we truly are, which is an amazing, beautiful, divine child of God. And you're loved, you are loved, you are loved because of who you are, not because what you did or you didn't do. And that doesn't mean that we don't accept responsibility for things that we've done in the past and change the things that we want to change in our life so that we can become a better person. But I think what happens is some people think that's what I'm saying, and it's not. It doesn't mean I can do whatever I want whenever I want, and there's not going to be consequences. There are going to be consequences, but it's different. I don't have this thing out in the sky called God sitting there looking at me, waiting for me to screw up. That's the difference. I'm not doing that, but it doesn't mean I don't want to become a better person, a stronger person, a smarter person, a more powerful person. I want all of those things. And the more I do that, guess what happens? I start being nicer to people. I start being kinder to people. I just want to give back from the bottom of my heart. I want to give back to people who are starting to search or trying to find their own inner Christ, as we call it here at Unity. And so it's this journey. It's this amazing, beautiful, incredible journey that we're all on. We are all, as Ram Dass says, going home. That's what we're here for. We're here to help each other go home. That's what we're doing. And so, and by the way, don't ever forget, you can have a really good time doing this. I get serious up here, but the thing is, God's got a great sense of humor. I think God's awesome. I mean, after all, he did make wine out of water, did he not? God likes to party, in my opinion. My God likes to party. Thank you, Bobby. So I guess as the saying goes, lighten up, Francis, right? Lighten up a little bit. Make it fun, make it full of joy, make it full of laughter, and you've got this. The biggest thing I want you to know is even if you don't think you do, you do. Your soul knows exactly what it's doing. It knows exactly what you need to do. It will let you know if you'll start listening to it. So those are the things, going back to the basics.